So now for Sunday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers as 2.5 point favorites hosting the Atlanta Falcons coming off a huge win against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football this past week. They're coming off the short week, but they are playing at night on Sunday Night Football. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make, but it's certainly a factor. They're also traveling across the country to face San Francisco at Levi Stadium. And this feels to me like a huge game in the making for Bijan Robinson. Fred Warner is a huge loss to have go down for the Niners. He means so much to that defense. So yeah, you got to think that Bijan Robinson is licking his chops, getting ready to have a big game. So the injuries are piling up for San Francisco. Christian, what's your read on this game so far?
Yeah, I'd like to think San Francisco would have, competed a little longer had Fred stayed healthy last week. I know we took them. I believe Turtle, you took them last week as well. I'm not sure, Pat and Mike, you took them as well?
I think Pat was the only. Sorry, I mean to cut you off there. I think Pat was the only one on the Bucks because he was scared of Baker Mayfield, and that was a correct call.
And I really do think had Fred Warner finished that game, it's a different story. Mac Jones played his butt off, but yeah, I feel like between Bosa and Warner, they kind of lost, kind of all the good energy that was going for them. Yeah. And I think it's, definitely going to take effect in this game. Atlanta, again, on a high, just beat a really, at least what we perceive to be a really good football team. The run game looks great. Bijan looks like arguably the best player in football, let alone the best running back in football. Drake London looks like a beast. I really like what Atlanta has to go, what it has going right now. So I'm going to take Atlanta beating up on a battered San Francisco team. And I guess this is really the only time we can really talk about it. But for the New York Jets, holy hell, did they jump the gun when you really consider everything now. Jeff Ulbrich, defensive coordinator for this team. This team has, I believe, the number 2 defense in the league right now. You look at what Salah's doing in San Francisco. He's done a hell of a job. And then obviously Aaron Rodgers is leading the AFC North right now. So when you really consider everything, just how bad of a franchise is the New York Football Jets? Just when everyone's doing well. Anyone who leaves is doing well. Sam Darnold's doing well. So yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons in this one.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yep. We just saw the Atlanta Falcons create turnovers against Josh Allen, create pressure, get him out of the pocket, get him disrupted. Granted that Bills' offensive line is not the best right now. Michael Penix has ups and downs, but there's promise, and they are showing they have a dominant run attack. Not Turtle, but Christian touched on Bijan Robinson this year, the best player in football. I completely agree with that. Pass protection concerns. Matthews got hurt in the Monday night game. A little bit of a worry, but with what the Niners are playing with, is it really? 49ers, with how good this Atlanta defense is playing, force them to play through the air. You can't just take away Christian McCaffrey, but you can force Mac Jones to throw it 20 times. And, we've seen, there was regression to the mean in that last game that he had. He looked like the Mac Jones that we had seen for the past couple of years, and it happens. Granted, they're playing at home. It is something. The 49ers are bringing in a balanced offense with still injured but strong offensive weapons on the outside. What I think, though, is I like Jeff Ulbrich. I like what he's been doing on the defensive side of the ball. If you're going to give me the Falcons and give us points with it, Michael Penix has been looking good. I think Bijan Robinson exposes the 49ers in this game. I think give me a Kyle Pitts anytime touchdown and give me the Falcons.
All right, so we've got 2 for the Falcons so far. Turtle, are you going to be rolling with the gang here, or are you going to be picking the Niners?
No, I'm going with the 49ers here. So it looks like Brock Purdy and Kittle are both listed as day-to-day. So I think they'll be getting those 2 guys back. Look, Christian and Mike both mentioned it. You can't underestimate the loss of Fred Warner. That's a big loss for that defense. But Atlanta, I mean, really impressive win on Monday night. I'll hand them their flowers and their credit. But in the second half of that football game, I mean, they were holding on for dear life. And again, their defense played well to hold Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills the way they did. But Josh, the Buffalo Bills have a real issue at playmaker, I think, on the outside right now. Especially with no Kincaid to threaten down the middle. They don't have a ton of speed at receiver. And there's a chance Pearsall comes back for the 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, I mean, he showed a lot of great chemistry with Mac Jones. It'd be interesting to see if it's Purdy, if that maintains. But Kendrick Bourne has been a revelation over the last couple of weeks. And Juwan Jennings came back and played. I know he's probably still banged up, but I think some of the injury stuff is starting to turn the corner for the 49ers a little bit. And I'm just not fully bought in on it. I mean, great performance by Penix at home, but on the road, I think it could be largely a different story. So I'm going to go with the 49ers here, minus the 2.5. Kind of, I would say, maybe perhaps buying low on them. And also valiant effort by Mac Jones. He's also injured and banged up, and the way he filled in was admirable. But I think Brock Purdy potentially being back this week, I think it's a good thing for the 49ers. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to lay the 2.5.
Yeah, give me the Falcons in this game. I think there's value there on them as an underdog. What? You think I'm just going against you here?
Yeah, just the way I finished my point, and then give me the Falcons.
Sorry, just give me the Falcons here. I'm sorry. I think you make some very good points, but is there a point better than Bijan Robinson and what he's been able to do so far in this season? I mean, he's on pace to have one of the most productive seasons by a running back in NFL history, just in terms of sheer yardage off the line of scrimmage. 49ers are going to be playing their first full game without Fred Warner. I think that absence is going to loom large. Obviously, Christian, you mentioned that they're missing Bosa as well. They're getting Brock Purdy back, but how much of an improvement is Brock Purdy really over Mac Jones at this point? So George Kittle is also an aging player, so it's hard to say whether they're going to be able to really improve what they already had going on in terms of just offensive production. But yeah, I think that the Falcons are just one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. I would feel really dumb if I pick against them and they end up with a huge win in San Francisco. So big win on the road for the Falcons to keep their momentum going. Give me the Falcons with this one.
You just seemed really excited to fade me, like coming off rip there. Like you were just itching.
Yeah, give me the Falcons.
Itching and ready. It's just all is not even a response. Just give me the Falcons.
No, you did make good points. You laid out good points. I'll give you that.
Just a dismissal. Listen, if you went off last week's performance from me, then it's entirely regarded. Okay, it's entirely due.
I'm just fading you every time. I'm having such a great time fading you.
You would have been 5-2. You would have been 5-2 last week. If you did that.
Bulletin board sports fans from the early weeks of this season. Turtle making a habit out of fading me every other game, basically.
Yeah. Not sure
Mike,
what to look back and see how those picks turned out. Maybe I should be eating crow.
It's a long season.